Hi. Excuse me. Let's get this slightly. Yeah. Say, hi. Good morning. Just about. This is your host, your guy himself, DLG Reppin', greeting you from London, England. Or is it good afternoon yet? Or good evening yet? Wherever you're watching around the world. I'm greeting you from London, England, to Austria, to Sierra Leone, to Mozambique, to Portugal, to Angola, to Cuba, or from and to Bolivia, from and to Colombia, from to Israel, or Germany, maybe Mexico or Mexico, maybe from Saudi Arabia or Qatar, wherever you're watching around the world. This is your host, your guy himself, DLG Reppin'. Reppin'S spelled Romeo Echo Papa Indigo November. And I'm just going to bring you live and direct football content from around the world. But this one, I'm doing my DLG Reppin'S daily transfer news. And we've got some interesting ins and out from Arsenal Football Club. And I would expect more outs than ins, and if anyone's coming in, then he's got to be a complete attacking midfield number 10, and that's what we're crying out for. Sorry about that. I thought something was stuck in my broken wisdom tooth, but let's continue. Alexander Lacazette. His contract don't look like it's going to be renewed anytime soon until the end of the season. I think he's coming towards the end of next. I think it's towards the end of next season, and or no, did I read that correctly? Towards the end of this season in July. So it could possibly be another free agent, whether this July or next July. We need to. Well, if he decides that he's happy and we want to continue the form, then he wants to continue the form, then we need to at least reward him with a couple of years contract. Let's say a 2-year contract for Alexander Lacazette. He can still be valuable price wise. So let's do a valuation on him, valuation on his head. So he's scoring goals at the moment. 4 league goals in the last 3 league games. The last time I checked, full of confidence at the moment. Right now, he feels like he's back to his best. But however, there's still a lot of football to be played, and I feel possibly there's more to come from Lacazette. Julian Brandt. Now, this is a guy who Arsenal are looking at. This Arsenal rumoured to be looking at him. 23 to 24 years of age. A German international by rights, and he seems to be on the radar of Mikel Arteta. So does according to the rumours says. But for me, I don't think he's a player that we really need of that importance. The most important part is my number 10, and I feel that we're going to have to dig deep to really get a number 10 in our team. I mean, Emile Smith is performing terrifically well in the role, and he's not out of place, you know. He's not put a foot wrong, and he's given everything. But for me, I think if you get an experienced number 10, then, you know, you got Emile Smith as an understudy, but he might not look at it that way. So let's see if we can get the number 10. Emile Buendia has been talked about, although Norwich has said they don't plan to sell him this month. This could possibly go down to the wire. What Norwich say and what Emile and how Emile Buendia feels, you know, that could be two different things. Or if the player himself comes out and says, I'm happy at Norwich and I want to take Norwich back to the Premier League to help them establish themselves as a top flight team. You know, I would like to believe that Emile Buendia would like to come out and say something and clarify how he's feeling at Norwich, and if he's tempted to move to London. The next player I'd like to talk about, Yves Bissouma. Now, according to the article I read on Sky Sports News, as quickly as possible while I was on my Sky Sports app, I logged onto the football section as I do, and I looked into the news, and I looked at the Arsenal news. Hence the reason why I am talking about Julian Brandt and Emile Buendia. And it says that Mikel Arteta is keen on bringing Yves Bissouma to the Arsenal. Is he a player that we need in the context of our midfield? Then definitely yes. He is a consistent performer. That can't be said about Granit Xhaka, Ceballos and El Neni, and that level of inconsistency from them, you know, proves how bad the midfield has been over the last couple of years. And if you add Yves Bissouma alongside Partey, then you've got a combination of two different types of midfielders that are consistent in what they do. Although El Neni has had, I think he's had a decent season, and he's put in a shift, and his work rate, you can't question that. But is he your consistent performing midfield player week in, week out? I mean, not every week you're going to have a good game, but at least when you're being given 25 games by the manager to 30 games by the manager, you got to perform at least. At least you have no more than 2 bad performances. Otherwise, you have a problem, and before you know it, you'll end up dropping to the bench. Another player I would like to talk about, Dani Ceballos. Now, he's another one who, for me, has not been consistent in what he's been supposed to, what he sets out to do. Although in the last game, I was impressed with the way that he covered ground, made interceptions, played through balls. For me, he was exactly what we asked of him as a midfielder, to play a deep line role. His best game today, and I keep touching on it, is if I'm being honest, Burnley at home last season, and for me, he was absolutely breathtaking to watch. Since then, he just hasn't had a consistent run of games, whether he starts on the bench or starts on the pitch. For me, he may just start today's game, but I've gone with excuse me, I do apologise. I shouldn't be doing it on my live recording. I've gone with a different midfield pairing in my 4-2-3-1. Look, Danny Ceballos, Arsenal fans, if you want to comment on my comment section and let me know where does Danny Ceballos stand in your view. I'm going to do one more. Lucas Torreira. Now, he's over there in Atletico Madrid in Spain, and he's just not getting the rub of the green for some apparent reason. I would look to cash in on him, but then again, will Mikel Arteta bring him back to actually partner Thomas Partey in midfield? You know, or is it going to be used Bizuma? I mean, potentially we could have Torreira back from his loan spell at Atletico Madrid and use Bizuma back, and then before you know it, you got an amazing problem with 3 midfielders to pick from, and I think that would be an amazing problem to have. But I think one of them will go, and then Arsenal will get that attacking midfield player that they've been crying out for. So, excuse me. Yeah, let's wait and see to see what happens. Another player that I would like to talk about. He goes on. He doesn't get spoken about, but he's a player that I rate really highly, and that's the Canadian international who plays his football first team for Genk. He goes by the name of Jonathan Davis. Now, for me, I think this guy, he's not only potentially a big footballer and a big game winner, but for me, a potential world-class striker, and I've seen enough to say that we could have a world-class talent on our hands, and he's exactly what we need. Right, as you can see, I'm playing Dodgems. I'm going to wrap it up here and say, ladies to the gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and thank you for tuning in. I do appreciate your support and love as always. If you've got an opinion on the transfer speculation and what looks true or not true, then leave it in the comment section below, your views and your opinions. All welcome in my comment section below. Please help me by smashing the thumbs up like button abundantly, yeah? And speaking of which, could you please help me to subscribe to my channel? Just smash the subscribe button for me as hard as possible, left, right and center. And do please understand that the more that this channel begins to grow, continues to grow, yeah, because of you guys, then the more fresh football contents I can do, and provide you with the latest information on your team, your team management, your team players, your potential signings, when they're being announced. So yeah, I'll try and cover as much as that as possible, as well as my own club. But other than that, see you a lot later, and have a nice day. But the main thing is, be nice. Yeah, that's right. See you later.